Hello, my name is Barb Ryder. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and thank you for catching me on YouTube. I have a great project to share with you. You know, we have new products, or maybe you don't know, but we have new products that just came out July in the mini catalog, and then we also have some free items in our celebration catalog. So I want to share, it's a little bit early for fall, but that's what this is about. This is about the seasons. And so we are going to focus today on this suite. It's pretty awesome. The stamp set is Hello Harvest Bundle, and we're going to be using that. We're not going to be doing embossing. However, this is a fabulous new tool that Stampin' Up! Has in this catalog. And if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd be happy to get one of these catalogs out to you or share information. Just give me a contact. You can reach me here at my website and then click contact and send me an email. My email is right there on my website also. So hopefully you'll enjoy some of the things that I have to share. Maybe you haven't seen some of the product yet, and I am happy to share that with you. So let's get what we're going to use and start with our project. I didn't show you in this celebration. We are going to use the envelopes. And what is celebration? It is a time where when you spend $50 in product, you get something for free out of this little catalog. And so that is what I have to share with you excuse me, in today's video. So trying to get my light. Seems like it's a little bit dark, but hopefully you're good as we do the projects. Maybe it's just the glare on here. But anyway, awesome stuff. So we're going to start out, and we're going to use the green, and it's hard, it might be hard to see, but there's a nice little pattern, and this is soft seafoam. And you also get some cards that are pool party, and then your envelope has some design on the flap in the front, and it is soft seafoam with the pool party on the inside. So this coordinates with either one of these. Because we're going to be doing pumpkins, I'm going with the green. We're going to be using the green, and these are regular size cards and envelopes. So the A2 that you're probably familiar with if you are a card maker. All right, so we're going to use several different things, and we're not going to go with this just at, oh, actually we are. I'm going to go ahead and stamp the sentiment right on here, and I'm going to be using Basic Gray and Cajun Craze, but Basic Gray is what we're going to use first. You are such a blessing. So let's ink that up. Okay, I'm going to go right onto my paper, and I want to make sure that I get a good impression, so because this is going right onto the paper. And I'm going to come up here. All right. There we go. Okay. So, I need my cleaner. So if you are not familiar with me, I am live on Facebook currently. I'm looking at starting YouTube lives also, because now with your subscribers, a certain number of subscribers, you can do that. But anyway, find me on Thursdays. Every Thursday, 7 p.m., I am live on my Facebook page, which is Stamp with Barb Ryder. So you'll want to check that out for sure, because I show lots of cool projects. All right, so that's all the stamping I'm going to do right this moment. So I'm going to set this aside, and we are going to pull in the things that we're going to need to stamp on. I've just got a scrap white and a scrap of the pumpkin pie, and we're going to, first of all, we're going to use the Basic Gray, and we are going to stamp this beautiful sprig of flowers, I guess you'd say, and stamp that down so that you get a nice crisp image. And clean that with our chamois. I love the chamois. This is a $6, and it comes, you know, of course I've used it, but it comes nice and pretty in purple like that. And these are our empty stamp cases that you can purchase out of the main catalog, our annual catalog. But yes, I love using that combination. All right, so I've got this stamped. I am done with the gray, so let me close that up. Now I'm going to use the Cajun Craze. We're going to use the large pumpkin, and I'm going to stamp Cajun Craze onto this pumpkin pie. Okay, making sure that it's nice and inked, and just going to stamp that down so that I have a nice image there. Alrighty, let's move these out of the way. Now we are also going to use some coloring techniques here with our Stampin' Blends. And yes, you can use the Stampin' Blends with the basic gray. Now it's it's not an alcohol-based ink. However, it works very well using the blends with the basic gray. So let's make this kind of a fallish looking flowers. So I've got So Saffron. Let's grab a couple greens. Now since our base is in soft seafoam, I'm going to grab the soft seafoam blends. I think I'd also like to do these in maybe soft suede. Let me grab that because I don't know if I'll use the dark or the light. Let me make sure this is soft suede. Yep. And so some yellow. Green. Let's grab another green. We need another color green in here. So I'm going to go ahead. Let's grab some Old Olive. All right, so let's go ahead and color. So I'm going to just pull in my Stampin' Pierce mat and some of the 6x6 paper that actually fits into our Stamparatus, which is a great tool, by the way. But anyway, I like to use it in the small areas when I'm working and doing the videos. So let's start out, and we're going to start out with the dark daffodil. And what I'm going to do is kind of just color right on these lines of this sunflower that's in the center of the sunflower. Almost to the center. I guess it's connected to the center. But you can see I'm not being super precise. I am using the bullet tip. We have a brush tip and a bullet tip on the blends. So that is the dark daffodil. I'm going to come in with the light and then just come right over the top and blend that in so that the two colors kind of just go, they just blend right together very well. Hence the name blends. They really, really make your project look amazing when you use these in the different coordinating colors. Now I think I want these to pop out a little bit more with a little bit of orange. So let's see. I think I'm going to go ahead and use the light pumpkin pie and see if I can just pull a little bit of that color into those sunflowers. And maybe I'm just doing one kind of swipe. I'm not really coloring in much, just enough to give it that little bit of an orange hue. And I'll bring this closer to the camera here in just a second so you can see. I think I'll use this color and maybe come in right here and these little guys, make this an orange flower there. Here's one up here that's the same. That looks like the only blooms that are like that. And that was light pumpkin pie. So let me bring it up closer to the camera so you can see the color. See the color variation in those flowers? All right. So yellow, you know, and I've got these other little guys here. So what other color should we use to bring that in? I'm trying to think of what those might be. How about some fresh freesia, one of our current in colors, and I think I want them to be light. So just to give a little contrast in color there. And just all these little round puff balls, whatever they are, I don't have a clue. All right. Okay, so there's that. So let's go ahead and use some soft seafoam. I think I'm going to use the dark. I'm going to use the dark, and I'm going to pull in these little guys, these little leaves here. Oh, this one's a bigger leaf over here on this one. Yeah, let's do this. Super easy coloring, honestly. Let's color this one in the seafoam. I guess we'll just go ahead and bring those in, because there's some other little leaves in here I'm going to do in the darker because they're bigger. I'm going to go with the light old olive. And so right here is one of those right here. Oh, I missed one there, but we're going to color it in with that. Okay, so let's bring that old olive color of green in there with these leaves. It's not too heavy. I think I'm going to go with the, no, not that yet, the darker old olive. And I'm going to, these little twiggy things here, I think I'm just going to bring some of that little bit darker color in there. Not that it really does much, but I guess, I don't know. Let's see. Okay. I guess that's enough. It's not super heavy on the greens. Okay, so now let's come in with the soft suede. So this is the light. Let's go ahead with the light, and I'll use the brush tip end so you can see. It's just a nice, just use that very softly. I'm not hardly pushing it at all. I'm just using that tip. That is the light. Now, let's bring in a little bit of the dark in some of that side areas where there's some dots. And just kind of, and then I'm going to come back with the light, kind of to blend that in a little more. Okay, I'm going to bring that up so you can see it, because it really looks so pretty in person. But look at the coloring there, okay? That's what we've got. So the next thing we're going to do, actually, we're just going to leave this as it is. We're not going to do anything different with that. Now I'm going to pull in, let's move this, we're going to use these. I am going to bring in our little mini cut and emboss machine. And I need the plates to do dies, because I'll show you the stamp set here with the dies in a second. So we need this plate, and for cutting, so it says place die cutting edge down. So this is for embossing folders. This is for the 3D embossing folders. And then these are the two we need for cutting the dies. So, Hello Harvest, here's the stamp set with all these great images in here. And then you have all of these dies. And this cuts out the flowers. This is going to cut out the pumpkin. But yeah, I just keep those right in there. And we're going to make this happen. So, let's just, sorry for the bouncing, because my camera is connected right to my working surface here. So let's go ahead and bring this closer to me. Let's bring it under here. And what we're going to do is this goes down, and then we have one plate, and then we have the other plate. So I don't know that we're going to get them both at the same time. So we're going to go ahead and run them through. Let's turn it this way. Now, if you have concerns that your die is going to shift, you can use washi tape, or you can use a Post-it note. And I don't have washi tape right at my hands, so I'm going to grab a Post-it note here. And we'll use that on both, just to make sure that it's held down. See how it's outlining the pumpkin itself? All right, so let's go ahead. I don't want to shift it. There we go. All right. Then we make that sandwich, and that goes on top. And I did leave a little bit of a, they're not like stacked exactly on top of each other. It just helps run it through. And I actually have this backwards because I am right-handed. So I've got to go this way so that I can make this work. And when I put the note on, Post-it note on, I shifted this. And I need it better. There we go. Okay. I'm going to hold it down and put the Post-it note on there. Good deal. Okay. All right, now let's make this happen. All right, just start turning your wheel. And again, I apologize, a little bit of shaking, and then just keep going, and it's going to cut that right out for us. Okay. Keep this under here. Pull off my Post-it. Ooh, that stuck pretty good. That was a sticky Post-it. Okay. All right. So here is our pumpkin, all cut out. Okay, we're going to use that with our flowers. So now let's do the flowers, and you can see that this is wider than this. So I'm just going to quickly cut part of that off so that now it's all going to fit. All right, do the same thing. Lay this down, get this, and line it up. Yeah, I'm making sure I'm still in the camera there for you. And this is going to just outline this whole image like that. And let's put this Post-it down so that it will keep it in place for me. There we go. Okay. Stick for me. There we go. Oh, I know why. Duh. The sticky is on this end. I didn't have it all across the whole die. All right, there we go. All right. So let's run this through and get this piece done. Once it grabs, once you feel it grab and it starts moving, then I hold the top just to hold my little machine secure. All right. And here is our image of the flowers. All right, let's move this over out of the way. And so have you ever seen a centerpiece where the pumpkin is cut open and the flowers are inside? Well, that's the look that I want here. I want this to look like these flowers are inside this pumpkin. Now, I had this fun idea, and I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to like cut the lid off this pumpkin. Does that make sense? So, and it's not going to matter because if I don't like it, it's still going to be behind here. So I am just going to kind of come around and cut this out like you would if you were cutting the top of the pumpkin lid off, I guess you'd say. And so see, you could do that. Well, I don't really like that. We're still going to go this route. But here's the thought I had, is you know how sometimes you can see it kind of laying on the side, kind of like that? That's just a thought. Anyway, I haven't pre-made this. It was just in my mind of how what I wanted to do. And that's a lot of times how I work. I have something in my head and I just make it come out and be the design, you know? All right. So there's what we have. I'm going to move these out of the way. All of these blends. Now let's put our card together. We're going to use another product that's in that suite, and it's the Leaf Label and Amber Gem package. So these are super pretty gems that coordinate so wonderful with the this suite. And then these little leaves, they actually are like tags, but I'm going to use it that's not a tag. I'm also going to use this natural finish ribbon, and it's pretty wide actually. Let's see, it does tell us how wide it is, 7/8 of an inch, so it is a little bit wider, but there's some fun stuff you can do with this, and so that's what I'm going to try to do. I have it in my head, like I said, I have it in my head what I want to do. So let's see. All right, I'm going to put those to the side. Let's bring in our card base, and this is going to go down here on the bottom. Now, I have a pin where I hold my ribbons together. If I come in and I come like in the center and I grab, I don't want the whole thing. I'm going to see if I can grab. I don't know. Oh, I see. I need to grab one of these pieces. This is what I want. Okay, so here's what I want. I'm going to grab one of these little strings, okay? Or you can grab a couple. But look, this will make this really cool looking ruffle. See how it's pulling the ribbon? So I kind of want to get that that look, but I'm going to wait to cut this off the spool until I have the right amount that I need. So I'm just going to keep pulling. And if you just have one piece, it works much better. See that? I was pulling two. All right, it goes much faster when you pull one. All right, so I don't really want it this ruffly, but I do want a little bit of texture. So let's get this going here and see what we got. Okay, so this is going to go kind of like that. All right, and what I'm going to do is just go ahead and cut this right like this right here. Okay, so now, even though I've pulled that, if I just do this, look, it's straightened back out. You don't even know that you pulled some of that. All right, let's go ahead and put all this together now. All right, I'm still going to take a little bit of this ruffle out because I don't want it to look too foo-foo. Even though we have flowers, it's kind of nice. All right, and you can put this down with your adhesive or with tear tape, and I think that's what I'm going to do. So use this. Let's bring this in before I do that. See how far down I want to be, because this has to go on here, and this is going to come up. So we're going to come up to here. I may have to change that. I think I might put something else up there, I believe. I'm just going to go right on the card. Now, of course, you can do lots of layers and all of that fun stuff, but we're just going to go this route. So I need this about right here. So let's go ahead and put some of this tear tape down there, and got it. Okay, and then push that down to burnish it in, and then pull this off. And let's go ahead and just lay this right down onto there. Now, yeah, I'm going to be cutting off some of this. I'm going to bring it in roughly a little bit there. And I wonder if I could grab a piece here and pull this a little bit. Yeah. Then I can come from the other end just to get that right there. Okay. All right. That's kind of what I want. I'll cut these off, though, here in a minute. And then let's put this together. And so I love to have my just basic tape, and I use this a lot. So I'm going to put this in here like that, put it together, and then just simply turn this over and then tape these together. And that way it kind of makes one piece, so that when I put it on with my dimensionals, it's going to be together. I also want this leaf because I kind of want this kind of in the mix here. So let's see what we want to do. Kind of want that like that. Okay. All right, so I'm going to put this down flat, this one here. And I don't know if you can see up close, but one side is a little bit lighter and the other side is a little more craft. It's hard to, I don't know if you can really tell, but this one's a little bit darker, and I'm going to go leave that as the side that's up. Okay, so using my adhesive, let's go back to how I want this to be on here. I kind of want to cover up that hole, at the top. That's what I want to do. So there we go. All right, so that's going to go kind of right there, just like that. Then let's grab some dimensionals for this and kind of put those here and there to pop up this piece. And like I said, I'm not happy with my stamping. It's a little bit crooked. So thank goodness we've got, we can just go right on top of that. Okay, now there's white here, and I'm looking at that thinking, ooh, that looks a little bit too, I guess it's all right. So we'll bring some white in right up there, and that's what we're going to use here for our sentiment. Let me just grab a piece of scrap white, and let's do this again. And maybe we'll just go with the Cajun Craze. I think we'll use that. And we're going to stamp this again. And see, this is why I clean as I go, because, gosh, you just never know when you might need to do something else. And that way, it's ready to go. Yeah, I kind of like that color a little better to pull in some of that pumpkin. Pull in some of that pumpkin color. And let's go ahead, and these are my ribbon scissors, so that's why I'm not going to use those. Let's pull in my paper scissors. And I love doing this little angle, just like that. And see, we're going to pop that right over top here. Is it too far? Maybe we can do that. That looks good. Oh, and you know, as we're creating, another thing that we could do, we could consider taking that ribbon and maybe we could just take a little bit and bring that in and maybe come up here like that. I think that's what we'll do. So let's angle this. Carefully cut this at a nice angle. And let's go ahead with some more of that little tear tape. I'm just going to get a little piece so I don't have to put the whole thing down on there like I did. But we are going to go kind of right in here. So let's put that down. And we're almost done. But I hope that you'll consider this great stamp set. If you like fall, fall is my favorite time of year, you guys. And I absolutely love it. So let's do this. I want to see how much of the ribbon I need. There we are. And then we are just going to come right over top of that. Right to the edge. Well, oh, I guess we can't because, yeah, because of my stamping. All right, let's cut this guy off here. Oh my goodness. I almost cut my skin. These scissors are so sharp. All right. Yeah, that's all right. We're going to do that. So let's get some adhesive behind here. We're going to go right like that. Bring that down straight. I'm a little too far over, Barb. Oh, that's stuck pretty darn good on there. There. All right. Okay, so we've got these crazy edges going on here, so I'm just going to come in. I am going to kind of cut that off. We're going to come in here. We're going to cut off some of this hanging off of the edge. And there is some sticky right there, so I'm going to push that down. And see if I can't trim that. So there we go. All right. Okay. So there's what we have. The leaf looks kind of big, but I think it's fine. I like it. So now we're going to pull in those gems, and let me go find what I did with them. Here they are, right over here. And that's going to pull in this this pumpkin, I guess. These are more like an amber kind of color, but it still pulls it in pretty well. So I think I'm going to go with one of these larger ones here, and maybe we'll put some gems on this guy. That's a larger one, and those are all, I guess there's just two sizes here. So, let's pull this one. I think that's all I'm going to put on the leaf. Let's go ahead and maybe put a gem there. Let's grab one of these, and I was thinking about putting it on the flowers, but now that I'm looking at it, I think maybe we'll just, let's just come up here. I don't know. Usually you work in threes or, you know, odd numbers, however, 3 or 5 or whatever you think. But the last thing that I need on this is some of our Wink of Stella, because this is just sparkly. If you've never used this before, it's amazing. And I'm trying to decide if I want it on the leaf. Maybe I'll just bring some like veins in the leaf with the sparkly. you know, kind of just do that kind of thing. Give it a little bit of something. And then let's go ahead and do our flowers here with the Wink of Stella, and I'll bring this up close so you can see the beautiful shimmer shine. Should we do the pumpkin? Why not? Oh, look at that. Actually, it really gives it some kind of a shading look there, kind of like a watercolor. It's almost like watercoloring with a Wink of Stella. All right. Okay, so here it's up close. Can you see that little bit of shadow that the Wink of Stella did right there? There you can see the sparkle and the veins I did in the leaf. And then we've got some sparkle on the sunflowers a little bit. But there you go. There is a project using the Hello Harvest and some of the items that are in that suite that can be found in our mini catalog. And these cards and envelopes are from the celebration, so they can be yours free when you spend $50 or more in my online store. And if you don't have a demonstrator, I would really appreciate you checking out my webpage, my store there, and purchasing with me. And make sure to follow and subscribe here and click the bell so that whenever I have a new video coming up, you'll get a notification of that. Hopefully I'll see you on Facebook Live on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And until then, thank you for joining, and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.